of my speeches, it's 2 speeches combined in one, is teaching you on how to use body language as well as controlling your fear. So the first part is body language. What's body language really? Who knows? Who knows? I need volunteers. It's going to be very interactive. I'm not just talking, I'm interacting with you. What's body language? Bidemi, what's body language?
Expressions you make with your body in terms of facial expressions, your arms, your gestures, and maybe your legs, just to emphasize the point.
Very good. Please clap for him. It's important to know that when you speak, you're conveying a message. But it's not just your mouth that speaks. Your body language also does a lot of talking. If I'm talking to you and I'm meant to be a very happy person and I'm squeezing my face and I'm saying, what is it? Or, hello, I'm a very, very friendly person. Don't you all agree with it? My message is conflicting with what my body is saying. So your body actually speaks. Your body has a language and it talks. What's body language? He just answered it. It's using your body to convey emotions, to convey an expression, to pass across a message. It's not just what you say, but how you say it. Your stance, as he said, facial expressions, gestures, movements of the arms, the feet. If I'm angry and I'm clenching my fist and I'm saying, yes, what is wrong with all of you? I'm conveying anger, determination. If I'm happy and I'm laid back and I'm slouching and just relaxed, I'm comfortable. If I'm talking to all of you and my voice is shaking, I'm fidgeting, I'm playing with my hair, I'm moving my hands, I'm expressing timidity, shyness, fear. So, body language basically refers to all forms of non-verbal communication. That is, you're communicating without actually using your words. You're just expressing an emotion. It can be anything, as I said. Movements of your hands, your arms, your facial gestures. Have you seen, when I was in secondary school, I had this principal that was extremely wicked. And she wasn't wicked because she was wicked, but she was wicked because she appeared wicked. When you ask her, she was a sister. Excuse me, sister, can I? Yes? What is it? Go ahead. You cannot even approach her. She's unapproachable. You've not even giving a request, but just because her facial expression is scary. You run away, you don't even bother communicating. And I think that's what's probably saved her from a lot of parents disturbing her, because her facial expression was enough to scare you. This is displaying aggression, as I said. This guy is angry. He doesn't have to say anything, but he's displaying all that. The way his face is in the scowl, he's pointing, he's angry. It's happiness, smiling, butterflies, balloons, Powerpuff Girls, all those things display happiness. Boredom. I hope none of you here is bored. Are you bored? You're looking at me funny.
I didn't ask, bro.
Are you bored?
I guess.
You can see they're all just, there's this indifferent look that they have. They're not interested. There's nothing that's catching their interest. So this expresses boredom. Sadness. We've all felt it. Heartbreaks, death, loss of a job, not getting the promotion you wanted, not passing your exams. You're sad. You cry. You're upset. You cannot be consoled. Fear. Who likes watching horror movies? So, used to. When you watch, are you scared? You're scared. So why do you watch it?
Scared.
You like the thrill, so you like to be scared. That's weird.
Yes.
Like, life is scary, no. Why would you want to be scared? Why would you want to watch something that's scary? But yes, it's an emotion. People do get scared. Now, as I said, when your body is communicating a message, it could be very different. It could vary from what you're actually saying. Now, if I had a neighbor and he said, "Hi, my name is Joe from next door. How are you? I'm your next door neighbor." I'm going to be more receptive of him. So this is Mr. Joe over here. And this is Mr. Joe saying, "Hey, I'm your next door neighbor. I would like to I would like you to come over. This is a friendly person. This is, even at looking at him first impression, it's a serial killer stroke, stalker stroke, pedophile. That's what I'm saying here. So, why is body language important? Now, we're all going to tie it. As I said earlier, I'm trying to teach you how to be a better speaker. Why is it important to be able to express yourself well using body language? It adds emphasis, clarity to a speech. If I'm talking to you in a very monotonous, very dull, boring tone, and I'm saying, I want all of you to have a dream. I want all of you to achieve your goals. You can achieve everything you want to do. It's just dream and aspire to be the best that you can be. Who wants to be like Obama? Who's going to listen to me? But if you say nonsense and I'm standing and saying, yes, you can do it. I believe in you. Mr. Steven over there, young man, I believe you have a future. Yes, I can see it in your eyes. That's why I love pastors and move and shake crowds, because they have that energy. So as I said, it adds emphasis, it adds clarity to the speech. When I'm talking to you and I'm expressing it through my body, you're going to listen to not just what I'm saying, but you're able to relate to it better. If I'm saying, fellow Nigerians, it is sad that we cannot bring back our girls, and I'm smiling. Yes, all is done within our power to ensure that the girls are brought back. They would be brought back. In fact, we're going to Borno and we're going to attack Ibiso Forest, and we're going to attack. I know you mothers are weeping and you're very sorrowful, and my heart goes out with all of you. None of you. None of you. If I were the president, you guys are going to lynch me. They're going to send assassins, they're going to kill me. Even though I could be sincere with what I'm saying, but I'm not conveying that with my body. So it's extremely important. If you speak well with your body, you become more credible. If I'm saying something and my body language is saying the same thing, you tend to listen to me. A lot of people, politicians are not exactly straightforward. But you can't really fault them, because they say it and they believe what they say. I believe that if you let me, I will turn Nigeria around. No more poverty. Free education from primary school down to university. When you walk on the streets of Nigeria, it's repaved with gold. Just believe in me and vote for me. Vote for me because I can do it. Not APC, not PDP, not any of the parties, but just vote for me. They're going to listen to me, even if I'm saying utter nonsense. Just because I am able to convey that confidence, that boldness, you listen to me. Body language is extremely important because it helps to get rid of nervous energy. I don't know if you noticed it here, but I'm actually nervous because I expected to be the last person, but I'm speaking. But moving and flailing my arms up and down helps to just relax me. It's a way of de-stressing me. A lot of people are listening to every single word, every single grammatical error that I'm making. But as far as I'm moving my arms, they're more distracted with my arm movements than listening to what I have to say. So yes, it does work. It helps to rid you of nervous energy. It helps to demonstrate passion, sincerity, and commitment. If I'm saying something, my body says the same thing, you're going to listen to me. You're going to believe me. I'm going to become credible. Body language attracts and keeps the attention of the audience. If I'm talking to you and all the university graduates that finished school and had boring lecturers, and Nigerian students, this is lecture 101. I want all of you to listen and pay good attention, because what I will tell you is very important. You will listen. If you do not listen to me, you will fail this course. And when you fail this course, I will be happy and you will meet me again next semester. As opposed to, oh, how are you? You look lovely. I am teaching 101 and I want everybody here to pass. I might not want everybody here to pass because I wanted to retake the course and then they will consider me to be a strict lecturer, but I want everybody to pass. Listen to me as I teach you and you will pass. You're more likely to listen to lecturer B because the person is more lively, has that vivacity, and thus you're able to listen. Now The total impact of the speech is judged not just on the speech, but how the speech is delivered. The quality of the speech. And the quality of the speech can be determined, can be ascertained by certain factors. Stance, facial expressions, hand gestures, and the movement of the entire body. All these things compose the total package of a good speech. When Obama is saying, "Yes, I can," or when Martin Luther is saying, "I have a dream," it's not just the words, but the way they're saying it. If he said, "I have a dream that one day blacks will be able to walk on the streets with lights, and they will be," but he could say what he's saying, and he says it with that power, and you listen to him, and you look into his eyes, and you say, "This guy really has a dream. I'm going to sacrifice myself and fight this war just because this guy there believes in what he's saying, and I'm going to fight this cause." As a leader, it's important that you have to carry people along, and you cannot do that if you do not believe what you're saying. If you do not make people believe what you're saying. Note, there's a difference. I could lie to you, and I know I'm lying to you, but I make you believe that I'm telling the truth, and oh God, you will listen to me, you will believe what I'm saying. And that's the power of body language. So, I'm going to take each one. Facial expressions. There are various facial expressions. When you're smiling, all these selfie takers, when you're smiling, it indicates happiness, pleasure, satisfaction. When your nose is wrinkling and your eyebrows are raised, it indicates disgust. When you have a scowl across your face, it's disappointment. The hanging neck, stooped shoulders, you're just tired, you're worn out. Things are just there. Lowered eyelids, mouth turned slightly, head bowed indicates sadness. Widened eyes and eyebrows raised indicates surprise. Clenched fist indicating determination or seriousness. If you're a leader and you want to make people believe you, that's the rule of thumb. Clench your fist. I know I can do this. I know that when I'm the president, everything will be better. Just clench your fist. Trust me, you're going to win that election. That's my stance. Stance, the way you stand. Yes, I could be smiling, but if I'm standing and I'm not, you're not going to take me seriously. If I'm talking to you and I'm just, yes, I'm giving my speech, my Toastmasters speech, all of you should just listen to me just because you should listen to me. All of you just say, "This girl doesn't know what she's saying, she's probably drunk, she should get the hell out of here." And I'm not drunk, I'm very sober, but my stance is important. It helps convey the message just as much as facial expressions do. A slouched shoulder and eyes permanently fixed on the floor indicates timidity. I know that is very common with first-time speakers. When I was doing my icebreaker, Mr. Femi can testify to that. I would run out of here. Once I see all eyes on me, how many more minutes I leave here? Once I see that timer, let me hurry up and get the hell out of here. And that is what goes through my mind. When you know a first-time speaker, all of you are looking at me and I'm like, okay, I'm probably making a mistake. I'm saying nonsense, but they're listening to every single word I'm saying. But hey, you guys have to listen to what I'm saying. I'm the speaker, you're the listeners. You have no right. You must listen to me. So once with time, with practice, you get that at the back of your mind, and I can talk to you and I can look at each person's face and I'm not scared. So it's important. Shifting your weight from one foot to the other. I know so many icebreaker persons that do that. So I hope to not convince and to not confuse you that I am done with my speech. It happens. So stance is extremely important when you're speaking. Now, this is smiley face indicating good. A stance involving standing straight with your feet slightly wide apart, your weight evenly distributed, and you're looking forward directly at the listeners, indicates confidence, indicates boldness, indicates poise, charisma. I hope I'm doing that. And body movement, as I said, is extremely important. Body movement, as aforementioned, attracts and keeps the attention of the listeners. If I'm speaking to you and I'm not moving my body, the speech has this lackluster feel. So it's important to be able to move your body when you're giving the speech. Fidgeting, swaying from side to side, hands in pockets, fiddling with your hair, just touching the environment around you does not display that boldness that's necessary for a good speech. So what I said is do. Do step towards the audience and emphasize the point. You must listen to me, and then you retreat. As I said, I'm teaching you how to become a better speaker. So sometimes when people are trying to give a speech or trying to make you listen to them, they can clench their face or come forward. That indicates that I have the interest of everybody here. I'm not just speaking to speak so you hear my beautiful voice, but I'm speaking because I'm trying to pass across a message. And please do not give a speech in a hurry. For the first time speakers, it's very common. You give a speech and you want to run the hell out of there. I can relate to that. I don't feel like doing that right now, but you have to give a speech, so you might just as well do it well. Gestures. Gestures with your hands, your face, convey a meaning. Now, you can use gestures in your speech to indicate size, weight, shape, direction, location. It is this big. It's over there. It is that place. Urgency. And it's really important that you guys listen to me. Comparison and contrast. This is like this, but these things are not. All these things are important. Eye contact. I think that is by far the hardest part in giving a speech. Once people are looking at you, that realization that, oh my God, I can make a mistake, I can just mess up. It runs through your brain, but after a while, you get used to that. When you make a mistake, oh well, I'm human, they're human, life goes on. So eye contact is extremely important when you're giving a speech. Now, thank you, clap for yourselves. As I said, this is a two-phase speech, so this is the first stage. First phase, your body speaks. The next one, which is shorter, and I think is very, very important, is controlling your fear. Many people speak, and when they mess up, they make a mistake, they run out and they just stop speaking. They develop a phobia, and then they just run away from the society. So the next part, controlling your fear. I'm speaking to all of you here, and I'm scared. There are butterflies in my stomach, my hands are shaking, I'm sweating, all these things are happening, but I have to be able to manage it. Even the best speakers speak in front of people and then they're scared. So it's important to note that there is no level with which you overcome it. You just learn to manage it. So it's important when you're giving a speech that you're able to control the fear. Now, what comes to your mind when you're speaking in public for any of those working? I painted a scenario and I said, your boss has asked you to present the solution. Excuse me, please. Your boss has asked you to present the solution you ingeniously came up with to the rest of the staff. What do? Do you run like a coward? Or do you take the challenge face on and you tackle it? Is this anybody? If I should ask you to do what I'm doing now, can you do it? How many of you? How many people here can do what I'm doing? You can actually laugh at yourself, poke jokes at yourself, and just realize that life goes on. So now, if I should ask you, if I should say, any one of you here should trade places with me, I will listen to you speak. How many of you can do that? What runs through your mind? I remember the first time they asked me to speak when I was in secondary school. My principal called me out, and I was meant to recite a poem. It was Independence Day or something along that line. And my name, and I was like that for 5 minutes, and the whole school had to clap me down. And that's how bad it was. And this went on and went on until I came to Toastmasters and realized, oh, these people can actually help me. So yes, what comes to your mind when you're asked to give a speech? Do you want to commit suicide? Do you want to just kill yourself? Well, it's actually very common. Is this you when they ask you to give a speech? Is this you? Is this you? Now, public speaking is in fact the most common and probably the biggest phobia that people face. People are scared of heights, people are scared of spiders, people are scared of cockroaches, but by far the biggest and most common phobia is the fear of speaking to people in public. Now, many of us can chatter on and talk to our friends, we gossip, we are on BB, always chatting, Facebook. You talk a lot, sometimes a lot of nonsense. But when asked to represent that nonsense in front of people, you become a different person. And it's actually very, very common. Now, it is a fact. It can be, you can check that site. It's the most common phobia. Dr. Michael Telk, a US scientist, he is in charge of anxiety disorders, and he says that 15% of Americans actually suffer severe panic attacks because of public speaking. Many of them have to turn down jobs, and many of them even drop out of school. Can you imagine that? Having to drop out of school just because someone is asking you to speak in front of people. Well, it does happen. Some people actually have severe panic attacks and have to rush to mental hospitals because of it. Does that really have to be? Can you relate to that? Now, as I said, it's going to be very quick, and I'm teaching everybody here to become a better speaker. How do you manage that fear? How can you approach people and speak the way I'm speaking to you without feeling like the world is coming to an end? Well, it's simple. First of all, just relax. Take a deep breath, relax. A deep inhalation of oxygen, and inhale and exhale. And it helps relax the muscles, it allows more oxygen into your lungs, and it just helps you to feel good. And then you also have to realize that every human being, regardless of how experienced, how knowledgeable you are, has anxiety triggers. There are things that just make you associate that situation with fear. Your adrenaline starts rushing, it starts pumping. And there are new and unknown situations. When you're asked to do something you've never done before, go to a place you've never been, the anxiety kicks in. Risk of failure, possibility of being ridiculed, fear of not meeting up to people's expectations, write an exam, and you're not really scared of failing, because I mean, if we could be dropouts and live life successfully, I mean, Bill Gates didn't finish school. If I could be Bill Gates, I would drop out of school, in fact, from GS1. But just the fact that, well, this is Nigeria, I might not have the same opportunities that Bill Gates had, and if I fail, my parents will kill me, and life will just not be the same. So that fear is what we associate with failing examinations. So as I said, you can manage your fear. You relax, take in deep breathing exercises. There are some people that when they're asked to speak in front of people, they take in deep breaths. Because the tendency is to start hyperventilating. You start breathing really quickly because you're scared. So taking deep breaths, it helps to calm your nerves, it helps to allow your muscles to relax. Some people pray, some people meditate, some people do yoga. Sometimes extreme shock to the body helps a lot. I know somebody, my teacher, that when she's about to give a speech in front of people, she slaps herself, like literally slapping herself. She slaps herself hard on the face, or she carries a rubber band and she smacks it. Now what that does is, it distracts your body from the fear you are feeling, from the adrenaline rushing to your body, to the pain that you're feeling. So if I'm asked to speak in front of you, trust me, I slap myself like 10 times before coming here. That's it. Asking someone to slap. Whatever works for you, works for you. Exercise also helps to relax your muscles. Visualize yourself as a success. When they called me here, I wasn't prepared, but I just said, hey, I have to give this speech anyway, so you guys just have to listen to me. If I'm saying nonsense, you must listen to me. So I visualize myself finishing here and everybody giving me a standing ovation. So when I do that, it relaxes me that no matter how badly I mess up, at the end of the day, it's all over. Practice, 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 and that's what Toastmaster affords you. It affords you the opportunity to keep on giving speeches, working on your mistakes, your weaknesses, and you just become better. Trust me, for those that started when I did, I wasn't as good. I would run out of here, I would fidget, I couldn't look at people in the face, I was rushing I was faster than Usain Bolt. I could speak at the speed of lightning. That's how bad it was. But with time, with practice, with Toastmasters, I became a better speaker. So, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations.